Hello everybody! Welcome to Agashi Review, where I review movies, dramas that you don't want to waste your time watching. I'll give you a synopsis, shorts review along with my thoughts and opinions, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe and leave a comment below. Now let's go into the review. Hello everybody, Agashi here today. So today I'm going to be doing a Korean drama sitcom. This drama is called So Not Worth It, and it's a Netflix original, so no sponsor or promotion to Netflix. So it came out, and like the trailer, Ajushi and I were kind of like iffy, is it okay, but obviously it came out because it was Yeonjae from GOT7, and so it popped up on our feed, so we're kind of like, oh, he's in a drama, so we decided to watch, and it's a total of 12 episodes, and each episode is only 30 minutes long, and all of it came out already, and we finished it all in like one day, literally. And so I'm not gonna do those whole recap couple episodes. I'm just gonna do a short recap of it and going over a little bit of it, summarizing the drama, just giving out some of the funny scenes and overall our thoughts of this sitcom, because Ajushi and I, we actually both watched it and we really enjoyed it. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So as for our cast, we have Park Se-won playing Se-won, Shin Hyun-sun playing Jamie, Choi Young-jae playing Sam, Minnie as Minnie, Han Hyun-min as Hyun-min, Carson Allen as Carson, and then Jo-kin Sorensen as Hans, and then Terrace Brown as Terrace. I think I've seen Terrace in one of the variety drama with highlights, so that's what I remember. So I'm not sure if I'm correct. I'll have to look into it. But for the synopsis, is new friends, new loves, new experience mixed all together inside a colorful college dorm in Seoul that home students from all around the world. Se-won is a teaching assistant who is in charge of managing the dorm. Jamie is a new student to the dorm from America. Sam is the son of a president of a tteokbokki global food chain who grew up in Australia. Minnie is a student from Thailand who fantasizes and loves watching K-dramas. Hyun-min is a stateless Korean student who was not able to enter the dorm and has to commute 5 hours every day to school. Carson is an American student who loves Korean food and is Se-won's roommate, and she has a boyfriend named Sergeant Kim. Hans is a Swedish graduate student that always sticks to his principle no matter what. And Therese is a graduate student tagged as known as Casanova. So recap and review of it, the drama starts us off with Se-won and the dorm for all the international students and how she takes care of things and all the students as she's the teacher assistant. Also, she's always trying to make money on the ends, just trying to make ends meet, because we do learn that her dad died, and he went to prison and he died or something like that, and he's known as a con artist, and her mom is like, because of all that, her mom is constantly taking a lot of like loans out, and shark loans are always after her, so she's always trying to make ends meet. And then we get introduced to Jamie, who's new and he's from America. He requests us to stay in a room by himself as he's a bit uncomfortable sharing a room, and his roommate is Sam, an Australian Korean son of a CEO of a tteokbokki global food chain. And then there's also Minnie from Thailand who loves K-drama, Carson from America, and she's been here the longest out of all of them. And then Jamie trips over Se-won's phone as it was charging, and she states that he broke the screen, which was already broken because her phone is old. So he doesn't have money but will pay her back, and he ends up going to all these part-time jobs with her to work as an extra to earn extra money to give to her, and he screws up at a lot of the job. And it's so hilarious because haha pops up in 2 of the episodes, or 2 of the scenes at the restaurants, and Jamie ends up pouring noodle on him twice, and like one of the part Jamie pours noodle on him, and Jamie tries to like fan the burning meat, and actually his towel slapped haha like twice. And so it's hilarious. We were like, oh, it's haha, And well, Jamie struggles a bit, and we see him talking over the phone in episode 2, and he's like, don't worry, they don't know that I'm here, everything's okay. He talks in English, so you're like, oh, he's a little bit suspicious, but it just cutting to the chase, Jamie is Jamie Houston, an adopted son of a famous actress, Barbara Houston. He's currently studying in Korea as his mother, Barbara, wants him to keep to his culture. And so So far, nobody knows about him, that he's in Korea, only the professor of the international dorm, but somehow his news got leaked and paparazzi has been following him. And him and Saewon gets into a scandal later as they start to date, and even she found out about his true identity, but she gave it all up just to be with him because he wants an ordinary life. You know, he's never got that. But it feels like, Ajashi and I, we feel like there's like this narcotic case going around and in the dorm, and it seems like the professor leaked out Jamie's identity on purpose because to cover up the case, because you know, if they were to ever find out that there's international student coming in and there's like this narcotic case going around that the police was investigating, that is going to blow up more than Jamie's identity. So that's what we feel like, but it kind of just left us kind of like, oh, you know, they finished up the narcotic case, and like Jamie's news was just kind of like a front to cover up. Well, they saw all of that inside or something like that, you know. But there's other characters that we meet. There's Hans, Terrace, Hillman. These three are actually roommates, as Hillman is secretly living with them. He's actually a Korean student and not international. So since Terrace is moving to live with his girlfriend, Hillman can stay in his place in the meantime, since he has to commute about 5 hours to the city just for school. Things are so sad for Hillman for like the whole 12 episodes. His mom has a lot of boyfriends, so each siblings has like different father, and his mother ends up like dropping one of his baby brother off to him in the dorm, and they end up taking care of a baby for days. And then we find out like Kim Won-hee is actually one of the mother's lover, and he was like been chasing Hillman around trying to find where the mom is. So things are just so sad for Hillman, and it's just, but you know, at the end of it, he loves his mom and his siblings, you know. And then there's Sam and Minnie, who are always arguing as they don't see eye to eye to everything. And then just like Carson said, that they're so compatible for each other. Minnie has tons of boyfriend, and she goes around from guys to guys. And like Sam, he never dates, but there's like there's not much about him besides he's like he's rich, his dad's rich, and whenever he lies, his ears turns beet red. And Ajishi and I were like, you know, his character, he's lucky, but the luck never sticks around him. It's always falling to other people. Like he took Minnie to go to an audition, and she just so she can watch. He didn't get the audition, and she did. And then he went to pray at the temple, and like there was like Julian Kong, he was outside and he found money, and then Sam got tortured by like the Buddha guy in there or something like that, and all those things. So he's like, he has luck, but it's all around him and people get it and everything like that. But these two, they annoy each other so much until like episode 9, where Hillman's sister Helena comes and all the guys are falling in love with her, and Minnie she got to see how manly Sam is, and she starts to fall for him. He gets hit by the basketball, and it's freaking hilarious. This scene, we were just like, oh, and then the moment he got hit, like just how he got hit, we're like, that's how reality is. When you get hit, it's not like a, you know, you just get hit, boom, and you fall, you know. And they did that scene so hilarious. But she becomes really jealous of Hillman, and eventually Hilna, and she eventually gets locked up with Sam in the basement for 13 hours, and they end up liking each other and dating, which did not last long. Sam is overly jealous of Minnie when she has tons of boyfriend, and he finds out that she once dated Hans, one of their friends. And then so Sam and Minnie broke up after 24 hours of just dating, and gets back together when the crew lies to Sam that this rich Arabic guy, Uksor, proposed to Minnie. So he goes confessing his love, and he gets her back. She's still cheating on him, but he's patient and he doesn't know, and he thinks that he's the better one because he won over Uksor, this rich Arabic prince or something like that. But as for Tyrus, he has tons of girlfriend, and he eventually starts to contemplate about his gender and his love life as he starts to fall in love with another guy, Il-sop, and he cannot come to conclusion with his feeling. With the help of Carson, he accepts Il-sop, and the two of them starts their relationship. And so it was really nice to see Carson do that, and for Tyrus to come to conclusion. And it's hilarious of his girlfriend he dated before, which Hillman liked, and they fought over and everything like that. And then there's Hans, who always sticks to to his rules, and he almost got caught into a cult, but he annoyed the cult people that's trying to con him instead. And then he didn't tell the professor about Hillman, but it got leaked out, and Hillman got kicked out of the dorm in like episode 11. And then everybody starts to hate him for it, because they're like, you know, it's all your fault, we let him stay, and it's all you, and because of you he left, you're pishy, you're a traitor, you know. Hans is a bit annoying and hilarious, but it's very typical for his character as a man who's always by his rules and principle. And then there's Carson, who I saved her for last. Ajushi and I, we loved her character the most. She's like the mom character to all of them. She's been in Korea the longest out of all their international friends. She's so in love with her boyfriend Sergeant Kim, and learning he's cheated on her and cared for a new girl more than her. Instead of lashing out her anger, she took it calmly, because she cannot hate him, because she's loved him for so long, and her love for him is bigger than the hate or whatever he's done to her. So she decides to close that chapter of them and move on. And she tells like Sergeant Kim, it's not right that you cheated on me, you should have broke up with me before you moved on. So since he cheated, she deserves to hit him once, and she like uppercut him. And this scene was so hilarious, because the friends went to pretty much beat up Sergeant Kim for cheating on Carson, but they end up liking him as he kept giving them free expensive stuff. And when Carson uppercut them, the Sergeant Kim flew, he hit Hans, Terrence, and Hillman, and Sam, and all the stuff that Sergeant Kim gave them broke, especially Sam's vase, like expensive vase, it broke. But that's like all like their stories and their characters and everything. And like it all ends for us for an open ending where Hillman, who had nowhere to go, he extended his military service, and he has like a line cut on his hair, because when he was gonna go to the military and he found out he can get an extension on it, he's all like, oh, don't come back here, I'm gonna go get an extension. So he's walking around with one shaved line right here. He won the lottery, but he loses his wallet because his backpack had a cut and it dropped out. And like the rest of the crew continue on with their life with Hans missing Hillman, but you're just like, oh my god, Hillman, things didn't turn out well for him. It's just like Ajushi and I were like, yes, finally. And like the moment he put it in his backpack, I was like, oh my god, it's so bad. I was just like, why? I'm like, his backpack has a hole. And she's like, no. And he starts running and it drops, and I was like, oh my god, we're like, Hillman. But yeah, it's a very good sitcom and K-drama, and we really loved it. And we just like, we're thinking it's like Friends, you know, and like college style. But there's like, you know, because they're always sitting in that area, the couch area, and chit-chatting or stuff like that. So, you know, and like we're like, are they ever gonna fix that stupid lock in the basement? How many times are they gonna get locked up in there? They got locked up in there so many times. But you know, if there's a season 2, we do hope they bring the crew back. There hasn't been any official news about it, but the ratings for it was very good, you know. They did very well portraying each character, and even though it's just 12 short episodes, each character were given enough time to showcase their personality and everything from the beginning to the ending, where you had enough of, like, not enough, but like, it was enough to tell you what their character is and how they're all related and how they're all there and everything like that, their background and everything. And also give thumbs ups and props to Youngjae for, to me, I'm like, I guess this is his first role, I don't know, but he did a wonderful job. We're like, if this was done back then, we think Youngjae's character Sam is actually Sam Hamilton, you know. He's Australian, he moves to Korea, and he has 2 sons now, William and Bentley, you know. So we're like, oh, you know, what if like he's supposed to be Sam, because Sam Hamilton is Australian Korean, you know. So there's that. But we were so excited if season 2 does come out, you know, who knows when. But yeah, it was a very, very good Korean drama sitcom, and really enjoyed it. We did not have any high anticipation for it, just kind of like, oh, you know, we'll see how it turns out. And it turned out really good. It's a really good drama if you guys have not checked it out, and it's just something really nice to just watch and let time pass, you know. So I'm like blabbering so much, and obviously it's so good. So if you guys have not checked out, do check it out. But that's it for today's review, and I will see you guys next time.